Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show, and it's time for the midweek fix. My apologies for us being almost 15 minutes late. That's quite late. Sorry.
An hour and 15 minutes late.
Yeah, we were trying to match up, but we're all watching on different forms of Sky. I'm on a Sky Q box. These two are on Sky Go boxes or Sky Go on the web. So we're all over the shop. We've tried to match it up, and it ain't happening. So we're just gonna feel our way through. It doesn't really matter because it's not a Leeds game, so it doesn't have to be like bang on, does it? It doesn't have to be bang on. But yeah, what we're going to do tonight, folks, obviously we've got a watch along, if you can call it that, of the second half between Everton and Burnley and Everton. And then we're going to chat about Leeds as well. So yeah, Lewis, how are you doing, mate? We haven't. When was it? It's been 2 weeks, hasn't it? It's been
2 weeks. Yeah, we were considering it last week, weren't we? But I out.
You went out, mate.
Like, I did, mate, but we'd not played.
On the lash.
All we'd have been talking about is Southampton, which
and Wolves though. Wolves,
yeah.
what a result, man.
We talked about Wolves.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we did
it that
yeah, it was an international break.
Yeah. So like, I just thought, we'd all been talking, but we can't talk about Southampton.
No, because Wolves was on the Friday.
Mate, we talked about Wolves because I spent 10 minutes talking about my kneecap.
About your video. Yeah, you did about your video. I remember.
Yeah. So.
And about getting mobbed on the bus.
You were in the bus, and they were singing songs about you, weren't they, on the bus?
Yeah.
Oh, what you guys didn't hear is that when we went off air, he went on like a half-an-hour rant about these people coming up to him. He's like,
I would just gasp.
Who are these mugs coming up to the mighty Lewis Dayton?
Pronounce it right, Jizz. Pronounce it right.
Hey,
is it Dayton?
It's Dayton.
Is it not Dayton? Dayton.
Dayton.
My apologies.
Wow, I've always had Dayton, bro. I've always said Dayton. Lewis Dayton.
And fans just joining us 2 minutes in, and you've already got Lewis screaming out jizz into the camera. It's going to be a good stream.
There you go. But so we've got just Southampton and Watford to talk about essentially.
Yeah. Little bits and bats.
A plethora of action, actually. Hang on a second.
Yeah. We've got, obviously, there's been a bit of transfer chatter as well. Robin Koch. Are we willing to listen to offers? I've seen Jack Harrison and Spurs.
What a transition.
I know, yeah. I've seen Jack Harrison to Spurs on some other channels.
Oh, that's a load of rubbish.
I don't know.
Jack Harrison can go to Spurs for 130 million because they paid us 13 million for Jack Clark, so we're easy to get 10 times.
Yeah, true. Do you know what? I live in Sunderland, so every time I come across Sunderland fans, I'm always asking, how's Jack Clark getting on? And they say he's doing really well, to be fair. And then I ask about Niall Huggins. Niall Huggins isn't getting a game at the minute, but Jack Clark's doing well. But I say to them, like, is that his level? Like they say, probably could do a job in the Championship, but only probably. So I'm like, it's madness. We got 10 million for that kid when you consider it, really.
But could he have been different if he stayed though?
Yeah, no, there is that as well. Bielsa effect and all that. How are you anyway, JT? We haven't introduced.
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm great. The sun's gone away, but otherwise, feeling good, man.
It's good, isn't it?
Life's good. Leeds are winning. England are winning. World Cup's coming up. Everything's going up. Nice.
And obviously, Saturday we could have confirmed survival. Do we think?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, especially.
But
yeah.
I mean, realistically, say Everton win this, which I mean, as things stand right now, if we beat Watford Saturday, we're 11 points clear of the drop. As things stand right, like.
And they still have a game in hand, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking on the ball as things would be. Like we'd be all but safe, mate. Like with the running we've got as well. But we said off air, didn't we? I just don't want Everton to win. I don't want Everton.
I don't want Everton to win, bro. I don't.
And I know before everyone comes at me in the comments and me and Joe, everyone's got this opinion. Points wise, Burnley, like winning, for example, is the least beneficial outcome for us tonight. The least beneficial points wise. But there's just a sick part of me that wants to see Everton go down. A really sick part of me that's putting what's beneficial for my club over me wanting to see someone else suffer. And I know that's bad. Are you going to come for me? I know that's bad.
No, but this is what I don't.
I'm not
this is what I've not got.
Is why.
I've not got the people coming for people on. I've seen it and been like, why are we arguing? Like,
because you should be putting Leeds before anything else.
No, but it's
I get
not.
it.
Yeah,
I
but
get
what's
that.
to look?
Well, no, I
Burnley-
think it's different though.
Yeah,
Because
6 points for both sides is good for us, man.
Any result tonight is good for us, but Burnley losing.
I want to draw.
Burnley winning, sorry, would be the least.
Because look, maybe it's better points wise if Everton win in terms of getting away from the drop, but it puts more pressure on us because then they're right up our arse like the sun don't shine, and then all of a sudden we're the ones nearer to the drop. At least if they draw, then there's another side that are potentially nearer the drop, and that puts more pressure on them. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I want us to pull away from Everton, Watford, and Burnley, not us and Everton to pull away from Watford and Burnley. That's what I want. And I actually just worked out two of the next games on Twitter just to show people like what was in my head in terms of me wanting Burnley to win. And I basically said, look, if Burnley win tonight and we beat Watford, and Everton lose to Scum and Burnley beat Norwich, this is just 4 games. Then it's Everton, Burnley, and Norwich bottom 3, and we'd be 8 points clear of the drop. Or I think it's Burnley or Watford, I've forgotten. But we'd be 8 points clear of the drop, and Everton would be bottom 3. And that's just in the space of 4 games. Now, you could argue the simpler outcome is Everton win tonight, us and Everton pull away. We don't have to worry about the bottom 3 at all. And I get that completely. I get people's take on that. But personally, and I know it's a bit bad, I just want Burnley to win tonight, and they are losing 2-1 at the moment. So it's a bit.
But what about the Geordies? Are the Geordies out of it? They just got their cheeks absolutely clapped by Spurs.
Because if you've got to bring Newcastle back into the debate, then you've got to bring Brentford back into it. And you've got to bring
I'm not taking Brentford out. I was speaking to my dad, and he was confident that Brentford Ericsson's going to drive him up. I'm not so sure, man. They got a lucky win against Chelsea. Yeah, but Chelsea are getting spanked by Real Madrid right now, 2-0 down within half an hour already.
But realistically, I've only been worried about us once this season. Genuinely scared that we could go down once. And that was when we lost 3-0 to Villa. That was it. That's the one game I've been like, shit.
Yes, him.
No other time, I promise you.
And when we conceded against Norwich.
Yeah.
When we for that minute or two, then I was like,
that didn't last very long. So it wasn't I didn't go home with that feeling. I went home to Villa thinking, shit. And for the games, for the days after that, I thought, But now, like, that's only the one time. Even before that, when we're getting slapped 6-0, 7-0, whatever, I'm thinking we're fine. And even now, I think, look, we're 8 points clear of the drop. The running we've got compared to clubs' other run-ins, I think we're fine. I don't even think we need to be looking over our shoulder. So, because I've got that mindset, however naive it might be, because mathematically, of course, we could still go down, and so could Brentford, and so could Newcastle, and so could Brighton. But realistically, it's not going to happen. And I'm looking at this game, not looking over my shoulder, thinking, from a neutral point of view, I think it'd be quite funny for Frank Lampard and Everton to go down. So I want Burnley to win. That's just my mindset. Because I
like Sean Dyche as well, you know.
No, I couldn't care about Burnley, I'll be honest. But
I couldn't care about Burnley. I do like Sean Dyche. The guy does eat earthworms for fun. I was messing with the voice a bit.
I was speaking to an Everton fan, and he was like, "Oh, is it purely just Lampard obsessed then? Why you want us to go?"
Yeah.
No, it isn't. It actually isn't.
You hate Everton? No, you hate the Scousers?
From a neutral point of view,
come on, man.
Come on now.
I think it'd be more entertaining to see Everton go down than Burnley. In the same way, I think it'd be more entertaining to see Luton win the playoffs than Fulham. Or
something different from the norm.
It would be pretty crazy to see Everton go down. It would be limbs.
Yeah, people.
But then next year,
things out of the norm.
Next year, you're going to Turf Moor away instead of Goodison away. Which one are you more excited for if you flip it that way?
It's contradicting my morals, my opinions completely, because I've always said like
morals in football, mate, not a thing.
The most prestigious clubs,
most fickle sport around.
The most prestigious clubs and the best fan bases belong in the Premier League. So for me to say I'd like to see Everton go down is a big contradiction to what I believe in, of course, because I want to see like Forest in the Prem and clubs like that rather than Burnley and Norwich. But people just buy into things that are out of the norm, and to see Everton go down, I think it'd be.
Oh no, yeah,
just
for a
mad to
change,
see
like
it.
it would freshen things up. Like in a couple of years, you'd probably want them back in it, but to
Yeah.
just see Everton playing in the Championship would be such a shock to the system.
And
that it's
also,
like,
Frank Lampard
wow.
would have a relegation on his record and relegated a club that's never been relegated before, kind of vibe. So that'd be nice, right?
Yeah,
What,
but then he might not be able to
every
get a
team-
job again.
Basically, he left the Champions League winners in 9th. He took Derby from 6th to 6th or whatever it was, and also get Everton relegated. Like, that's just amazing.
Well,
Yes,
look, I don't think he's a fantastic manager, but I don't want to see.
some would still
but then
say,
he won't be
"Oh,
able
I'd
to
love-
get another
I'd love
job
it."
in football again. It'll be unlucky. I mean, at least if he stays up and then he can.
Yeah,
leave
but then
on a
we'll
high
have to
and
put
go-
up with him. We'll have to put up with him on like Sky or BT. We just know for a fact.
It is entertaining, though. It is kind of entertaining. There's something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, when he
Yeah,
comes
but
out with some of the
Lampard
rubbish he does.
Lampard would make a good pundit.
You think?
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
because
you would,
he
yeah.
talks about everything from the outside looking in, even when he's the manager. He'd be a great
That is
pundit.
true.
He's a pundit right now. but
Can
he's
you
just
imagine
the
him
Everton
speaking
manager.
about Leeds, though? Oh, it'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
Oh, because I don't think he cares about like this whole like Lampard vendetta. Believe it or not, people,
I
right?
hate him.
It's not right. It's not the playoffs, right? I've got over that. Look, we're in the Prem. Derby are fucking down and out down there. Lampard's just had a
It's not even
mess
about
of a
Derby, is it?
managerial
It's
career.
about-
It's
it's
not
about
about
Lampard.
Derby, and it's not about that playoff win. I just want to make that clear.
Uh-huh.
It's about the fact that he's gone on from that, got one of the best jobs in the country, undeservedly,
Yeah.
abused it, and he's just a wanker. Talks
Abused
about
it?
Yeah.
What, the Chelsea job?
Yeah.
How
We
did he
didn't, take
abuse it?
we didn't take it seriously. He got sacked.
Well,
Well, no,
he did
I thought. Look, I thought he was never going to do well there anyway. I said if they're
Yeah,
not
and do you
challenging
know
for
what? I
titles
said
with
that.
200
Should
million,
never have
like-
taken
said
it.
that.
You should never have taken it.
Yeah,
He
but if
abused
it's
it from
your
the moment
dream,
he
it's like if
Yeah,
someone
you would
comes up
take
to
it.
you and they say, "Do you want to take the Leeds job?" and you're halfway through your coaching badges, you're not
Do you
going to be
think-
like,
all right, do you
"Well,
think-
let me wait
do
a
you
couple of
think
years."
Gerrard-
Take it now. If someone gave it me, I'm not going to be going, I'm not ready. I'll go, yeah, I'll take it. I'll be
Do
there
you think
tomorrow.
Gerrard-
Mate,
Gerrard
I'll be
would
there
take
in
the
my
Liverpool
jock strap. You know what I mean? I won't even need to get changed.
Do you think?
I'll be
do you
straight
think
down there.
Gerrard, do you think Gerrard would take the Liverpool job?
Ooh, yeah, but that's a bit different because they got Jurgen Klopp there, so it's
Yeah.
he needs
He
to.
did that
cultivate.
interview when he was
will
at
in a few
Rangers
years.
when he said about Jurgen Klopp's the manager. I'm never going to take that job. Some along those lines.
Yeah, of course, you know.
But
you know.
look, if Gerrard did take that, if he got offered the Liverpool job at the end of the season, for example, and he took it, I wouldn't be there like, you don't deserve that. I'd be there thinking,
Oh no, he's earned
You're
it.
a
Yeah,
good
he's
you're a good
he's-
upcoming manager. You've won stuff. You've had success. What the fuck did Lampard do? He took Derby from 6 to 6, bottled the playoffs,
Yeah.
and got one of the biggest jobs in the country.
Well, he beat
No matter
Leeds
if it's
once,
his
so have
former-
you know.
No matter
So
if it's his former club or
basically
not,
world
right?
class.
It's just to see that happen, to see him bottle it, get sacked, and then see him
Yeah.
shooting his mouth off.
And then him
see
blame
get
everyone.
Everton
Can you
blame
imagine
his
him? Well, it's not
players.
my fault. It's not my fault we
Well,
got relegated.
He's just
Burnley
So
are in here.
it's-
Chance, cut back. Strike. Oh, it's a corner that.
Thinks he's
Corner
worried
ref.
at that.
what minute are you on?
Me,
49.
15.
50.
I'm on 49-16, me.
I'm on
Coming to pause.
49,
Coming to
47.
pause. Yeah, Frank Lampard. This is what I'm saying. I don't know if this is true, but look. Apparently, he turned down Palace. Apparently, he said Norwich was too big, too small for him, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no,
So, you know, I think he only took the Everton job because they got him Dele Alli and you know what's his face,
Van
Van
der
der
Beek.
Beek.
Yeah.
I mean, Dele Alli's. I think he
Was he even a good signing though? Because everyone was criticizing Bielsa for not
Yeah,
taking.
true,
Oh,
true.
I think Chelsea just scored. Yeah, they have 2-1. But everyone was criticizing Bielsa for not taking Donny van der Beek, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, that could have shored up our midfield when he had a good game against us." But he's kind of fallen off as well. So was it a good miss that we didn't sign him?
Probably, yeah, probably. And do you know what it is? Dele Alli, I think's come off the bench. Like, I think he's played like a total of. This might be wrong. It's either 6 sub appearances or 6 minutes in total.
Yeah.
How
Which-
did Burnley not score there?
Which is a mad one.
That chance you know about a
Uh,
minute ago.
I've seen him rip it into Godfrey's face.
That might be better.
I'm
Is
on
that better? With a little
I'm on-
ticker? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, there we go.
25.
There we go. For those that are asking in the chat.
But yeah, look,
Bye.
Van der Sheet.
the
Van der
bottom
Sheet.
line, the bottom line is he's
Van
just
der clean sheet.
he's undeserving of what he's been given. He's abused what he's been given, and his attitude stinks.
Just let me just do this though, right, Matt? Matt, I actually was looking forward to, because Matt comes on the Premier League preview review shows. Make sure you follow Matt as well. I think I remember Lou actually having some little beef with Matt, if I remember rightly. You haven't made it in YouTube if Lou hadn't had a beef with you anyway. But
what?
Matt, yeah.
Over what?
No, I think you.
What did I do? What did I do?
Anyway, it's all love. It's all love.
You got to keep us in the loop here. What's going on?
I know, yeah.
Can't just drop a bombshell like that and scud over it.
What I did.
But yeah, Matt, what I was going to say to you, because Matt said Dele. No, I don't know if he said Dele would do well, but yeah, I don't know if it's like 6 sub appearances or 6 minutes in total. I think it's quite funny actually, and it's mad because I think was it Jermaine Defoe was on Sunday. What's it called? Soccer Sunday.
Sunday supplement.
No, Sunday. Super Sunday, man. And he was saying like Dele Alli had told him when he was at Spurs that Real Madrid had been on to his agent. Like he said to me, like Real Madrid have been on to me. And now look where he is. It's mad, isn't it? It is.
Oh,
mad,
yeah. No, he didn't go when he had that chance. But it's because he's lazy, though, I think. And that's why I said he was never going to be well equipped to a relegation dog battle. And you're talking about Real Madrid. He does not belong in this team right here. I'll tell you that much for nothing right now.
Dele Alli's a championship
It's actually
player.
funny. Could he be? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, people were talking about, before he went to Everton, potentially getting a move to a championship side. And you're like, no, Dele Alli wouldn't play there. And he probably has an ego too big to play there. But is that his level at this point?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Ali is a championship player. I think he's got championship attitude. He could have been.
Yeah, where's he playing?
He's done now, but like you look back 3-4 years ago in his career, if his attitude had been better, he'd have been top of the game. Like,
but you say that he could do a job in our side, couldn't he? I mean, if Bielsa had maybe managed to get in there and get something out of him the same way Pochettino did in the early years.
He's going to be one of those that in 10, 20 years, when you're looking back at like England footballers, he's one of the ones that just never reached his potential. Never.
Yeah,
like
we've had quite a few.
If you watch some of his Spurs performances from like 3-4 years ago, and he would tip for England captaincy and stuff like. I remember like when he first blew up, and then he's just, especially like under Mourinho and stuff, his attitude just.
Yeah, I think Mourinho.
He started off well under Mourinho. Like Mourinho, the first few performances got it under him, and then he was like, "You're too lazy, man." And the thing that was the telltale sign is when he was in the documentary, they were all in a massive room, and he basically called him out for being lazy, and all the other Spurs players started laughing. So it's clearly something they know about. Yeah.
I mean, the first press conference they had, meeting they had, like to discuss tactics and stuff. Or I think he announced his first lineup before the first game. I think it was West Ham away. He said there and then, like, you're a great guy, but you're a lazy CUNT in training, and everyone laughed then. Like, do you know what I mean? Straight up said it to him first announcing the lineup, and like, if like you say, if you're saying that and everyone's laughing, it's evident that that's been the situation for however many seasons he's been, and he never put the work in.
And obviously his talent, for a period of time, he got by on his talent. But when that started to drop, then this is what I'm saying. You've got to put the work in. You just have to look at, and I know it's not a great comparison, but I actually seen something on Twitter the other day. It's like, I think it said like Ronaldo, and it had a picture of Ronaldo and Rooney, and it said like Ronaldo is younger than Rooney. Make sure you drink water, kids. Yeah. And it's just an example of like when you look after yourself, and as opposed to when you let yourself go, kind of vibe.
Yeah, as opposed to going out with grannies every week. Yeah.
Supermodels.
2-2. Is it 2-2? Jay Rodrigo.
Oh, we've got Cornet taking a free, an early throwing it out. No, it's still not there. How far ahead are you, man?
Guys. Sorry, Jesus. I'm well ahead, aren't I?
Get in there, my son.
Is that nice for everyone? 2-2.
Is that Rice? No, it's Phillips.
Jay Rodriguez. 56. What minute are you on, guys?
I'm on 55-23.
This is a stinker. This is an absolute stinker.
Charlie Taylor as well.
Hang on. Yeah, he's pinged it down the line. He's going in here.
Charlie Taylor with the assist as well. That.
Oh, it is.
Charlie Taylor.
Oh,
Do you know what? I'd take Charlie back in a heartbeat.
I would not take him. I would get him well away. He is one of the most.
Really?
Even when he was at Leeds, he was extremely overrated. I never got the hype around Charlie Taylor personally.
No, man, I'm not having that.
Yeah, man, he couldn't lace Alioski's jockstrap, and we let him go. So
give up there, man.
he couldn't, man. Alioski is way better than Charlie.
Hold on,
Taylor was.
Charlie Taylor. Oh my God, it's 2-2, guys.
Oh, bloody hell.
2-2. Charlie Taylor's come down left-hand side. He's put it across goal. Rodriguez is there open net. It's 2-2. Game on. Come on. 56-minute I'm in, people. 56-19. Catch up.
That was better acting than I do on the watch-alongs, fella.
What? You don't act, James. You don't act. It's all natural, man.
No, actually, I was streaming yesterday, and some guy, top guy, came into my stream. He's like, "Can you just do a 5-second reaction like you did for the Norwich goal, real quick?"
What he said that so you like just throw it on.
Yeah.
People don't understand entertainment. People don't understand.
I think my screen's gone all fuzzy on it. My Wi-Fi has dropped.
Same. Oh no, yours really has. Wow.
Yeah. I can see it tells me on StreamYard. I'll just basically the kids will be all on the tablets. It'll be time for get off your tablets. Yeah, definitely. But
service from a Sam Allardyce team.
What did we make to Southampton then? Was it a bit meh?
Oh, yeah,
Southampton?
That's what did I say off air that this had happened? How long have we been on?
Well, actually, there's one thing I want to say about that, and finally people are giving him his plaudits. I said it from day one when I was on here. Rodrigo Moreno, one of the sauciest dons in the team. Absolute masterclass, especially in that first half, linking up the play with Dan James and Rafinha. If we stay up and our turn in form, a lot of it has been down to him. You need your big players and your top players to perform in these tough games, and he has. Against Norwich, I think he played well.
Yeah.
Very well.
What do you put that down to? Do you put it down just to, is it the Bielsa shackles have been lifted in terms of what's required of him on the pitch? Is it because he's been given a bit more of a prominent role in the squad in terms of being in the leadership group that Jesse's created? What do you put it down to, James?
Well, I put it down to a bit of both. I think, yes, maybe you could argue his performances have increased a bit under Jesse Marsch. A new manager, maybe he's got a shot to stake his claim to get further up the pitch and he doesn't have to do as much defensive work. But I think it's just people as fans looking at it from a fresh perspective, because I think he was always overhated or rather underappreciated when he was playing under Bielsa. I think he was over-criticized. I think he was scapegoated quite a bit because he was such an expensive signing. And I think now that we've got a new manager, what it also does is as a fan, when you watch a team play under a new manager for the first couple of weeks, you look at it with completely fresh eyes, as if those players hadn't existed before, as if they're new 11. So I think it's a bit of that as well. So I think he's always been pretty good, but obviously when he has a stinker, he has a stinker. And that's when you know about it. That's the problem.
Yeah. And I think, you know what, though? I think his stinkers will be less noticeable in the Jesse Marsch system, just because under Bielsa, the notion was on you as an individual to track your opposing individual. Whereas this, in terms of the pressing, is we're all going in numbers. So it can sort of, if you aren't full-hearted, your players who are coming with you will be. Whereas the onus is just on you. If you don't give it your all, then it looks well out of shape, and you're like, you just let that guy walk past you. Like, what? No,
that's actually really good. I didn't think about it like that, but if you switch off for 5-10 minutes in a Bielsa system, all of a sudden your whole game's wraps. It's like against Man U when we got battered 6-1 and Klitsch just fell asleep for about 5 minutes, and then it just killed the whole game, killed his momentum off.
Yeah, exactly. Even like Robin Koch in that first game of the season, what was it, 4-1? He and Bruno Fernandes got an hat-trick, didn't he? You know what I mean? Yeah. And that was his man, if you're not. Whereas if that's in a Jesse Marsch, the onus, what a save. Great save from Nick Pope up against Richarlison on an hat-trick.
I was going to say Everton are
pushing now, aren't they? Yeah.
Them back.
But yeah, with Rodrigo, I think it's literally as simple as he's playing where he wants and he's scoring goals. You play him in his position.
I think we'd just jump all over each other, wouldn't we, mate? Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
wouldn't wish
We'll have
that
to
upon
make
my
it
worst
happen.
enemy.
Yeah,
That'd be
we'll have to
class.
make it
Get
happen.
a nice studio.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Lewis has got contacts. We'll have to speak to Lewis. Lewis has got.
Oh,
That's
mate.
the aim one day, you know. Like I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm not actually joking.
Yes,
To
yeah,
have a
it'd be amazing, wouldn't
studio
it?
or
Yeah.
something like along that to do stuff in,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be
Oh,
amazing.
that'd be class.
even if it's only for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You could rent it out. This is what I'm saying. There are
Yeah,
the potentials are
yeah.
the
Like the game
possibilities
show
are
thing.
endless.
I think
Yeah,
to do
that'd
that
be
in
class,
person
wouldn't
would
it?
be jokes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It would be jokes. Like I'd
Yeah, it
still be.
would.
Oh, yeah, good save that.
Yeah, but that will
I'd still be able
expose
to,
my lack of height. That's the only problem there.
You
You know, on
I'll
camera,
tell
you
you.
can't see how short I
I'll
am.
talk.
Well, my dietist said I was 5'9", but everyone else seems to beg to differ about that.
I'm only
I have
5'8",
on a sheet
bro.
of paper that says I'm 5'9".
I'm
Oh,
only
look,
5'8". Yeah,
lot of
I
kings out here.
actually met someone, right? I met guy called Noel Killian, an Irish guy. I spoke about him on my post match. Actually, he came up to me, and I swear to God, he said the nicest words. Like I won't, but it was so nice. Yeah, he was older than me, and him and his partner watched me, and you know his partner was ill, and she was still in the hotel and that. But he said the nicest things. But the first thing he said to me, he went, "Joe, is it you?" I said, "Yeah," and he went, "You're a lot smaller than I thought you were."
I must say, when we met at the West Brom game when it was COVID,
Yes.
I was surprised you were smaller than me. I thought you were going to be taller.
I feel like you're
And then I went, Rob.
deceptively tall.
Wait, did you look at me, Lou, and think, I can take him?
Ever since the Borough Fan TV days, and now he's.
Aye, that's it, just in case it goes off, I can take him.
No, but yeah, because I don't know. It's weird when you look at people on camera.
Yeah.
Like I just think,
Oscar's massive.
Yeah.
Oscar's massive, you know.
I know, and Rob.
Is he?
Yeah,
Like Rob,
yeah,
I
Oscar's
knew
so
Rob
tall.
was tall, but you meet Rob in person
Yeah.
and you're like,
Rob's huge. Like I met him in the concourse.
skyscraper. Yeah,
We were queuing up.
yeah, he can barely fit in it.
Yeah. We were queuing up, and I looked
Jesus.
behind me, and I just seen knees. I was like, what? I looked up, and he's right at the top.
No, it's like when you go to a game as well. Like I remember I went to a Spurs game. I was literally behind the net, and I see flipping Harry Kane there warming up. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like when you watch him on TV, don't realize how big he is.
Oh my
The
God,
guy is a
Coutinho.
unit.
I've never seen a smaller guy in my life. Coutinho.
Dan James,
No, I think Coutinho's smaller than James. You know,
is he?
I think so.
That's unreal.
I might be wrong.
Oh,
I'm pretty
I tell
sure.
you, the scariest was, when we played Borough and what do you call him? Gary Monk, Snake came back. I was at that game, and Adama Traore was just warming up for like 40 minutes right in front of me. His legs the size of my whole body. I'd never been so terrified.
Yeah,
in my life.
I know. Yeah, that man has not skipped leg day.
But apparently, he doesn't work out. Yeah, that makes a whole bunch of sense, doesn't it? Yeah. He's on
You don't have them legs without that.
No.
Not a chance.
He's
That's
more
not
sauce than
natural.
Heinz.
Well, 27 minutes in, I think Joe has tried to swerve to Southampton twice, and we've somehow.
This
Oh,
is good,
sorry.
though. This is good.
Yeah.
It's better, man. Just chatting, it's good, man. It's cool. But yeah,
Let's talk about it.
Lewis,
Let's do it.
from where you were stood in the cop, obviously we're not too far from each other, I don't think.
No.
Did you say to your pals, it's going in? Could you
Yes.
tell?
All of us.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
Like
Same.
one, we know how good he is at free kicks.
Yeah.
Two, Melia's position, and you could see it.
He was
from
off to
where
the
I was.
right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was well
And
off to the right.
There were a guy behind me, guy to the left behind me, saying, "Oh, he's positioned the wall there, so his positioning is fine. Like the wall is where it is, and Melia is where he is. In a sense that you might look at just Melia and think that positioning is off, but because Melia positioned the wall there, he were basically arguing that Melia knew what he was doing.
Should he have saved it?
No.
See, should he have saved it? He's got a hand to it. Wasn't a very strong hand. It was.
How do you
the
took
hand
one
of a
step to the
prepubescent
right,
teen,
bro? How do you took one step to the
It'd-
right?
it'd
He
probably
does-
tipped it
maybe
over.
He does saved it. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, because it wasn't
Hard
right
on
in the
it, yeah.
stanchion.
No.
It wasn't like
It
hugging
wasn't
the
right
post.
it wasn't right in the corner. No, like watching it, it did look like that from where we were, like in real time. But obviously, watching it back, you see that it's kind of in between the left and the middle of the goal, if that makes sense. And it just kind of goes past his finger. And you think if he's positioned a bit further to right, he's getting a fingertip to that, it's going over. But it's just one of those. Like you know how good Ward-Prowse is at free kicks. So we're all stood there going, it's off in. And then you're leaving here. on a little bit on the footage, you hear us all go, yep, like there you go. You hear everyone around me go, no one's shocked. It's like everyone had almost written it 1-1 before it had even happened. Then everyone's kind of like, well, there we go, let's kick on now. But it's like Mark said off the game, you know how good he is at free kicks. They expected it, and it was just a disappointing thing to give away the
then
one
take him down earlier. Don't let Wood-Prowse walk through half
it wasn't a free
the
kick
team
in the first place. It wasn't a free kick.
No, I think it was an accumulation of knocks, though. When you're getting
see
chopped by like 8 players, man.
But I do agree with you. Like I said at the time, because the foul was obviously South Stand end, and I'm miles away, really. So, well, I'm a full pitch away. So but I agree with you, James, in that I don't think Kyle Walker-Peters should have been allowed to get that far. And if you're going to bring him down, bring him further down. Because I was listening to Square Ball earlier on, and they were saying that Paddy Bamford in commentary said exactly what Jesse Marsh had said about James Ward-Prowse, where he said it's like getting a penalty. So it's as if they'd already spoken about it. So Jesse's probably gone, whatever you do, don't bring anyone down near the edge of the box. And they did that. If you're going to bring him down, you should. And to be fair, I think that's where that sort of penis formation that we played, that's
That's what I expect you to come out with that.
No, get this, right?
It's true.
So the Square Ball have been saying the penis formation, right? It's all down the middle. It's all central, right? Anyway, get this, right? There's an old guy 2 rows down from me in the cop. He's not normally sat there. He must have borrowed someone's ticket, but
usually at the tip,
Yeah, no. Well, he must watch my videos, right? I hope he's watching this. So he turned round and he seen me and he went, "Oh, Joe, fist bump." And then we were playing, and then he turned around and went, "See, that's that penis you were talking about."
Oh, man. Narrow. I hope your missus wasn't with you.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was like, what are you on about?
Do you
Switch was on all the time, and Kyle Walker-Peters was in far too much space in that second half a lot of the time.
Were you all chanting "you're just a shit Kyle Walker" at him? Because I was pissing myself, me.
No, I missed that, bro.
Yeah, we're all just chanting "you're just a shit Kyle Walker" at him. It was a joke.
Last time I said that, I got screamed at by some Karen because I was in the family stand. So I'm kind of scarred from that.
Do you think it was a penalty?
Yes. I think he gets the ball. The angle you got out, Lou.
I was going to say, of all the cameras in that ground, I think I got the most, because everyone was saying the replays, man, the replays. And then I show that, it's like, penalty.
Yeah, yours is the most controversial, I think. Because I was
it's like, I'm assuming you've watched Star Wars. Yeah? No?
Yes, yeah.
Right.
I've seen Lego.
Have I watched Star Wars? Who's that?
Well, there you go, right?
Oh,
so,
man.
you know,
who's that?
I know you're a big Harry Potter fan, mate. So like, I just had the whole "who shot first" Han Solo thing.
Right. Okay.
That was everyone was like, "Who's touched that ball? Who's touched the ball?"
Yeah.
And it's Joffrey who touches the ball, right? But because everyone's argument is right, if that's not a penalty, it's a corner. But he gave a goal.
Yeah, and he doesn't do either, does he?
It goes as simple as this: he's speaking to whoever he's speaking to, and he says, "Right, shall I give the corner?" And they'll go, "Nah, he don't touch the ball." And then they'll go, "Oh, so it must be a penalty then." And like, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Shall I give the penalty then? Nah, let's give a goal kick. But let's give a goal kick. It makes no sense. It's either a corner or it's a penalty. He's give a goal kick. So he's basically admitted there and then there's no connection with the ball.
Yeah.
And for him to basically admit that, it's a foul. Joffrey has... And his whole body language from the get-go screams, "I ain't going for the ball here. I'm going for you." That might just be biased, but you watch it and you think he's not even looking at the ball. So, but then penalties we've seen given tonight.
It's a great run from Ben Godfrey from the back. Richarlison rubbish though. Do you know what though? The result in itself, though, Lewis 1-1. It was
fair,
wasn't it?
I'll take it.
It's deflating.
Thing is,
do you think? I don't agree with that, bro. I've seen people going so disappointed and fuming. Points. I mean, we've got 7 points out of 3 games. That is a great return.
Thing is,
I'm not fuming, but
I look at it as you asked me. I think 3 midweek fixes ago, whatever, before the Norwich one, basically.
Yeah.
You basically said, where the points coming from. And I said to you what I'd worked it out as, and I thought it was going to end. And I said we'll get our points from Norwich, Southampton, and Brighton. 9 points. So obviously to go and get 3 points against Norwich, tick. Predicted that, got that. But then you get 3 points from Wolves, which I'd written off. So that's 3 points from somewhere I never even expected to get. So then you got 6 points. Then you're up to 7 against Southampton. So I look at it as we're a point more than I expected us to have
at this stage.
At this stage. And, look, at the time I'm thinking, I think there's a fine line between could have and should have. I think we could have beaten Southampton.
Yeah.
On retrospect, 1-1's probably fair.
If they don't get the penalty, man, they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never.
Not penalty, free kick. I mean, it might as well be a pen, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, it's like when people say, if they're not have equalised, then, like, you don't know how games go.
Yeah.
You can never really say it comes from a point of frustration saying that, but, like, they had the chances. I think we had the better chances, and I think, look, square ball. This message goes out to square ball. Change your name, because I think you've cursed us. Every time we try a square ball, there's no one there. Every single time. We are so good at running down that line. Rafinha, Harrison. We get there. We pelt it across goal. And who's there? We could score about 4 or 5 goals a game from that.
Yeah, but the crossing accuracy is poor. It's like when you got Dan James running down there, who looks world class until he gets into the final third and couldn't cross the ever crossing.
It won't matter if the crossing accuracy were pinpoint. There's no one there.
There's no one there,
ever.
And that's because Dan James is your centre forward as well.
Yeah, but we don't have a focal threat. Gelhard's not a focal point. Rodrigo's not really a focal point.
We don't need that. We just need someone to think, right, this ball's coming across goal. I need to be there. It's as simple as that. Every time Rafinha runs down that line, you know where the ball's going. You know exactly where it's going, and it just goes straight across goal. The amount of times, and it's so frustrating to watch because you could get 2, 3, 4 goals more a game from that. We try it so much. It's like the corners. Don't beat first man.
Yeah.
Why are we not changing it up?
Well, how do you change it up aside from changing the kick taker?
Change the kick taker. Even if it goes other side of pitch, I'd rather it go there than not beat the first man, because all you're opening yourself up to is a counter attack or just those two things: pelting it like square balls and short corners, and not short corners, like not beating first man corners.
Rubbish corners.
But it's because we've been drilled away from whipping it into the box. We're doing. Oh my God, Mendy's had an absolute stinker there. Every time I start speaking, Real Madrid score. Basically, Bielsa's style is like the Pep Guardiola style. He likes his cutbacks. He finds them a lot more effective than just whipping it into the box. So maybe they're so hard grained into the runs that they make, into making the available short cutback, that no one's actually making those runs for the header. I think
What's
you need
more
to.
Frustrating is we've got height. There were times when we had.
Do we though?
Height.
In attack, do we?
No, from a corner. Yeah.
Oh, from a corner. Yeah.
Stoic there, Llorente, Koch. You could even.
Corners. We have no excuse. We're just.
Llorente nearly scored, didn't he? Llorente nearly scored.
Yeah, like Stoic nearly scored against Leicester. That was a good corner.
Stoic nearly scored against Norwich, and then he smashed the rebound over the bar.
But yeah, like all in all. Fair result. Take the point. Like we're 1 more point better off than I expected us to be, and we're 8 points clear of the drop. Possibly
1 less game, isn't it? 1 less game to play as well.
Yeah, and Watford coming up, massive, especially depending on this result. I mean, there's 14 minutes left.
I'm nervous about that one.
I think they'll get something. I think they'll
Watford
get something against us.
Yeah, I'm more nervous about that one than I was for Southampton.
Yeah, but that's why I say it's deflating, and I'm not angry at the result we go against Southampton, but because we didn't beat Southampton, now the pressure's on Watford.
Feel more pressure,
had we beaten them, then it'd be like, okay, he's a bit more comfortable now. Brentford should have lost against Chelsea, then we would have had a bit more breathing room, and it's like, okay, now the Watford.
You mean you should have lost on paper?
Yeah, no, not in the actual game.
I just have to check. So they got
before the game. No. And they're getting battered here.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, funny enough, Mendy has made an absolute hooner there.
What's the score now?
3-1. He's literally just passed it straight to Benzema. But on the subject of keepers and poor distribution, what are your guys' thoughts on Melié's distribution?
we need to talk about?
I don't know, because when he first came in and he played that game against Arsenal, everyone was
I
banging on
remember
about
it.
how good it was.
Wow, yeah, it was amazing actually.
But
Come to
I
think
don't
of
know,
it.
man. I think with the ball at his feet, he can be a bit questionable, though.
I'm not even on about that type of distribution. I'm on about taking an age to get the ball out.
What you mean, where he's doing the little Cruyff turns and stuff?
No, I'm on about like, right, say for example, on against Southampton, they come forward, they have a shot, Melia gets it easily. We've got a chance to counter straight away, so many options, and he stands there.
You've got to, right, as Leeds fans now though, we have to be accepting of that, because that is a switch made from Marsh to Bielsa. And I know it's frustrating, like watching it, but you know, we have to get used to that. You know, again, I keep coming back to it. But Square Ball made exactly that point, like Jesse Marsh on about saying that, you know, we don't want it to be 105 mile an hour all the time. That's why,
not all the time. That's what
Laurent is going to him, calm down. And you know, they made the great point on the show about how it took us an age to get used to us playing out from the back under Bielsa. I remember John and that sit in front of me that used to always be like, the goal's up there. Why are you playing around with it here? The goal's up there. Because we're so used to just oofing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You Peltiers, etc. Just get rid. So it is something we're going to have to get used to. But I do agree with you. Like, at the minute, it is so frustrating, Lewis, but I think it's something that we're just going to have to accept, that under Marsh, he's not going to be asked to just get rid of it to the wing back
I get
down the
that.
wing.
But in the same way that people were calling out for Bielsa to tinker things when they needed to be tinkered, Melia needs to know that there's certain times that it's fine to just distribute it instantly. We've got a counter on. We've got a clear break. Yeah. Don't just stand there every single. There was three vivid. I can remember 3 times Rafa's bolting down. What? Right. If we've got this, like you're arguing, if we've got this in place now, where we're not doing everything 100 miles an hour, right? Have we got a chance? Who's got a chance? Can tell by your face. What's going on?
Burnley did. They just absolutely shanked it.
He's got a square that. I don't even know what it is.
Everton or Burnley?
Burnley's got.
Well, it's all this talk about square balls not working.
Yeah,
he's listening to the stream right now.
He's got J. Rodriguez and Veghorst waiting for him, and he decides to shoot from a tight angle. I'm not sure who it is, but he's got to square it there. That's a wrong decision. Really bad.
If you're arguing that the new system is not to do everything 100 miles an hour, then why have you got Raf and Harrison bolting from goal kicks if Melia is not going to distribute it quickly?
Yeah. We worked though against Norwich though when we do distribute it quickly. That's how we got the second goal.
Yeah.
Ping to go on. Actually, speaking of people bolstering forward, Ayling, man. I mean, he used to come forward a lot. I've never seen him come forward so much in my life. That he's bursting through in the centre of the park.
Yeah. It's all very central though, and it's all very penisy. You'll remember that now
with cock, square balls, penisy. What is this, man?
Overall, then, are we content with Southampton?
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of people that'll say it's Moss Wayne, and I get why they're saying that, but to be honest, we could lose, and we still could be all right. You know, if you ask Leeds fans, right, genuinely, if you canvass Leeds fans and say to them, "Are Newcastle safe?" right, the majority will say yes.
Which means
they have one more point than us.
Yeah, exactly.
One more point. Yeah. But because we're Leeds fans and we have an invested interest, we're panicking about what's behind us.
We can't look at the outside of ourselves.
You can't. But
I get that.
I'm not saying I'm thing, but I tend to have a capacity to do that. And maybe that's why I'm a little bit more positive and people can't get their head around it. When I'd say, like, we'll still be all right under Bielsa and people can't see it. And I remember, you know, people were looking at Fulham that first season we came up and we were like mid-table and people going, Fulham might catch us though. And there were like 6 teams in between us and Fulham. And it were like, no, you know what I mean? But
if we were 5 points or less off the drop, then I would be saying, given the fact that Burnley and Everton have got 2 games in hand on us, fair enough. but we're 8 points clear of the drop. We've got Watford at the weekend.
Yeah, but this is like you were saying. If you ask Leeds fans about Newcastle, are they clear when they're only 1 point ahead of us? If we win another game and they lose and they're 2 points behind us, all of a sudden we're not saying that. The same way Everton, if they win their games in hand, they go above Leeds.
No,
but if
I
you ask
still
a
would
Leeds
be.
fan, are Everton clear from relegation? You're saying no. It's just because they're ahead of us. That's the only reason why.
If you're 5 points or above clear of the drop, sorry, no, if you're within 5 points of the drop, you're not safe just because of those 2 games in hand that Everton and Burnley have got. But 6 points or more, however long that lasts, as long as you've got that gap, you ain't like Brighton. If you're going to say we're there, you've got to say Newcastle, Brentford, and Brighton.
Teams can put on runs though. We've seen it before. Look at Leicester before the Ranieri season.
But I just think when people are saying in the chat and that's fine. That's their prerogative. Like saying, I had a guy say to me, "This is what I'm saying. Everyone's different, and everyone is
about
different."
Opinions.
Yeah, but there was a guy at the weekend saying to me, the point doesn't matter because if we lose against Watford, it doesn't matter. So I was like, okay, so should we have just lost the game then? Points do matter. That is the whole point of a table.
Whatsoever.
And he literally was making an argument to say getting a point means nothing because if we lose, it means no, we still are a point better off than we were before we played that game.
Yeah,
like I just don't understand that narrative.
If we lose on Saturday, we'll be 5 points clear of the drop. However, if we'd not got that point again, we'd have been 4. So of course,
that's what I'm saying. We've got that point, that wasted opportunity. Why? We've got 7 points, and then they go
wasted opportunity. Yes.
Yeah,
possibly, but
pointless. No.
It's up the toilet wall.
Yeah, it's just mad. It is honestly, it's mad. Then, but that's what I mean.
You've already seen that happen, but
yeah.
Oh bloody hell! What's this 2-2? What the hell?
This is the thing. It's like. And I come back to that point. We're just concerned. Look, Burnley, for example, people got goals in it, game in hand. Look at them games in hand. They've won 3 all season. 3 all season. They're not about to just start winning.
So far.
Yeah, true.
You never know. Cornet could turn it on.
Is that Dwight?
Sean Dyche master.
There'll be a bit of added time here now.
Dwight McNeil's in the house. I don't know if he's been injured or not. He must have been because he should have been starting. So
what we
you could just feel it won't be doing something.
What we're thinking of Watford then?
I'm nervous, mate. I can't lie. As I said, I genuinely don't know what to expect because Roy Hodgson will have them drilled and they'll be hard to break down. And I think if Watford. No, if
Roy Hodgson, man. If we lose to a Roy Hodgson side and that condemns us to relegation, I'm done. I'm done with
James, if Watford go 1-0 up, we'll struggle to break them down because they'll just defend, man. Roy Hodgson's team.
All I'm going to say is when you asked me where our points are coming from and I said Norwich, Southampton and Brighton, there's a reason Watford aren't there. Because I think they will get something against us, if not beat us. It's Vicarage Road.
Yeah.
We ain't got great record there.
No.
At all.
Yeah, guys, it's 3-2 Burnley.
Ben Foster's picked
Burnley. Maxwell Cornet.
Oh my god.
Actually, I'm behind, man.
Wow.
Actually, Cornet, what did I tell you, man? Cornet masterclass. And you're telling me these dons aren't a threat?
Please, I'm sorry, right? And people, this is what I'm saying.
Pickford.
Do you know why I'm laughing? Because I can't wait to see Frank's post-match, man. Inject some Frank post-match.
Nah, there'll be a last minute. It won't be equaliser. It'll be 3-3, point each. All good. Hang on a second. Let's actually see what happened. Oh my god, that is the worst kamikaze defending I've ever seen in my life, and I've been a Leeds fan.
That is your favourite word. I swear to God. Where did you learn it? You've seen that word, and you've been like,
kamikaze.
My word.
Inject me with Frank Lampard tears, man.
Inject me with kamikaze.
We're so obsessed, aren't we?
I love it though. I love it though. You know what? I loved it. Like
mate, he needs to lace up the boots and come on. He can do a job.
I seen them get a result against Newcastle.
Over us.
Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, it's just the fact we're putting Lampard losing over us being 8 points clear, 6 points clear rather than 6. You know what I mean? We were 8 points clear of the drop. We're now 6 points clear of the drop. But the fact we're putting that, like Lampard's tears, over us having a bigger point gap shows like
Well, let's not put we in that conversation. You know, I'm quite fond of the fella. I think he's got a nice, charming smile. He's got a nice haircut. You know, he warms the room. I don't think I'm choosing that over there. It's funny to see Everton lose, and it piles the pressure on them. But like you say, if Burnley's not picking up points here,
I would rather, like I said earlier, Everton, Watford, and Burnley get left behind than us soar away with Newcastle and Brentford and Brighton. I just want that to be split. But
yes,
equally, right, it could have been us and Everton that piss off and leave Burnley and Watford there. But I mean, the fact that Burnley have scored 3 goals to even big, and none of them have been penalties.
See, my mate who I got the game with, my mate who I got the game with has gone, no. And I'm like, no, yeah. You know, this is just a different man.
You know what, actually...
People are annoyed over, this isn't a good thing for Leeds and all that, man.
I
don't think we're getting relegated anyway.
50, yeah. No, neither do I. But it is a. You cannot deny, right, that points-wise, this is the worst result we could have had tonight. But we're happy about it.
But is it though? Is it? Because when have you ever seen? Look, everyone's saying these 3 sides are condemned to relegation, and they've been
mathematically right.
Okay, yeah, mathematically, but let's just say how long have they been the bottom 3 for? It's been a goddamn while. When have you ever seen, really, in Premier League history, that the same 3 teams have been down there for like a good 3, 4, 5 months, and there hasn't been at least one team that changes in there? When do you ever see that and they all get relegated? Surely someone's got to put some points together down there.
Yeah.
This is one of 2 games Everton had left where they could not afford to drop any points. And by that logic, them dropping points, dropping 3 points, like them losing this game with the run they've got left, most likely means that Everton are going to be in deep shit. Like, it's going to be Everton, Burnley, Watford that just get left behind and we'll be fine. That's why
that doesn't matter though. This is what I'm saying.
I'm trying to justify why I think this result's okay, because people are going to now say, Burnley are going to creep up our arse and then Everton can get points. Look, Everton's running. This is one of 2 games they had left, this and Watford, where they could not afford to drop points. And then dropping points this game, then losing this game, massive. Like, it's bigger. It's bigger than Burnley losing this game, is what I'm saying. In the long run, you come back to me in 2 weeks and you'll be saying, like, fuck this up. I honestly do believe that. Like,
Burnley are turning the style on now, though. Yeah, man. They're really pinning them back, man.
It's because Everton are all over the shop now. They're just desperate.
They are. I mean, did you see the
goal?
Look
at that, yeah. I mean, also I'm still
First of all, Peacock.
30 seconds of normal time now. I think that's it. Like, do Everton sack Frank?
Yes.
No, because they can't get anything else out of the season.
Well, they're not getting a tune out of what's he won? 2 games. Leeds.
I'm not saying that he's the best man equipped to keep him up, but you can't. It's too late.
With less games left.
Yeah, but it doesn't really work. It rarely works.
2, 3, 4, like,
the only shot you've got is going balls deep with Frank, and then hoping that he pulls it out.
Do you know what? You know what though, right? I don't think Everton have won a game away from home all season. Maybe their home form is the one thing that will keep them up. But in terms of the games that they had left, they're running out of teams, and they have run out of teams because their next home games are like Man United, Leicester, Chelsea, Brentford, Palace. Like, the rest of the game, they're away at Arsenal, they're away at Leicester, they're away at Liverpool. Know that Liverpool will be putting a lot of goals past them just for shits and giggles, man. So
does away and home form actually matter though?
For Everton, yeah, because they've not.
Well, then I'll flip it to you then, because you said we were scared of going to Watford, yeah. Well, Ben Foster's picked up more points on his license than they have at home in the past 7 months.
There you go.
They picked up like 4 points at home in the last 7 months.
I did not know that stat. So there you go. Then that's nice, man. I like that.
So we should be cruising them over.
Yeah, no, you're right. If that's the case, I did not know that. 3 minutes left of this game.
There is
3 minutes left.
Everton look just weak, man. I didn't expect this from them.
Have you
He
watched
looks
them this
soggy.
season?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I thought the stature of
It's
the club would help keep
attitude,
them up.
mate. Nah, look at us. I know we had financial worries, which were obviously a massive.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, when's the last time have they been relegated?
1951.
Yeah, exactly.
1951,
Longest
Jesus.
running club.
Oh my
top
god!
flight.
Oh, they almost scored. Rondon.
Who?
Rondon almost scored. For Everton.
Yeah, Rondon. Yeah, it was just wide, wasn't it? Yeah.
Jesus, what a
Not
chance.
bad. And then after this weekend, we've not got a game for a week, have we?
No.
Chelsea
Over 16 days.
16 days. Wow, it's a long
Mhm.
time. I'll have to make some clickbait videos during that time. I'm just winding people up. I put a little disclaimer at the start of my other video. I don't know if any of you caught. I was like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. People are getting angry.
Yeah, that should just be a general thing. I don't know why you'd need to say that to people. I don't
Yeah,
get people
exactly,
come on and they're like, "Oh, what is this rubbish? This isn't what I wanted to see from you." I'm like, "Well, you don't have to. It's not like I had you strapped down to an electric chair to click on the video, man."
Exactly.
What minute you on, Joe?
I am on 92.5, bro.
Because I'm just watching this thinking, Everton could.
Wait,
score.
actually, I think this is really
no.
behind. If I whip out Sky Bet.
What are you whipping out? Be careful.
Oh yeah, Sky Bet's like 2.5.
Oh my god, no! It won't be. Oh, what did I tell you about Iwobi, man? What did I tell you about Iwobi? Oh my god, what did I tell
They
you
haven't
about
scored.
Iwobi, bro?
You're lying to me.
What did I tell you about Iwobi, man? Oh
You're
my
lying
god.
to me.
Oh wow.
It is lying, you bastard.
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying, isn't he?
What does that prove, people? He fakes his reaction. Stop watching his videos and stop putting you in the fan reactions and lot. You're not a real person. You put it all on for effect. Disgusting. That's just
my mate's just texted me as well.
He's got a
Who's
degree
Man
in
United
acting.
fan. He's just said Everton
Did
should
you see-
sack Lampard and just be done. Like they should, because how can he get
How many managers keep the job on this record?
Yeah, I mean, where's his next result coming from when you've got Man United and Leicester away?
He also got sacked on 40.
Probably Man U.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, the big games are probably going to favour Everton because you've got players
would
like
they
Dele
get in,
Alli who
though?
actually turn up.
Who would they
Actually,
get
Man
in?
United are so bad, aren't they?
Who would they get in? Ollie? I'm not even joking. Like, would Ollie?
With hindsight, Ollie did all right with that squad.
Would Ollie fancy a little survival job?
Oh, he's rubbish, man.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney,
he got
he
Cardiff.
Frank
He got
DeBoer?
Cardiff relegated.
Actually,
didn't he?
wait, I was joking around with Wayne Rooney. He's actually an Everton lad. That could
Yeah,
actually
he
be
is,
it could be the move.
True. I don't think
If they get relegated, actually, you could probably see
it's
you
full-time,
probably
guys.
see Wayne Rooney go in there.
Full
Is it?
time.
Jeez, gang
Burnley's
business.
Lampard's
Oh
getting sacked.
dear.
Oh, stop crying.
Yeah, that's brilliant. What a tune that was, by the way.
It was.
What
He
a
looks
tune.
absolutely shell shocked right now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's stepped off
He's
the
done, man.
battlefield in
Look, but
song.
this is the thing, right? You've got Everton players now on the deck with shirts over their eyes and that. They're thinking we're done out here.
Well, when you're
Yeah.
getting slapped by Burnley, that's when you begin to question yourself as a human being.
Maxwell
Burnley, man.
Cornet with the winner. What a signing he was, by the way. We should have signed him instead of Firpo.
Yeah, but it's funny though. But he was a left back before he signed, but he was basically playing left wing for Burnley.
He was playing for. He used to be a left wing before he was left back, though. This is the
Yeah.
thing. He was a left winger, and then he went to left back, and then now he's being played forward again by Burnley. And I think that's why he'd have suited us. Do you know what I mean? Because if
Yeah,
you
but
think
who would he
about
have
it-
played over? Jack Harrison, Dan James? I mean, if he just
No,
don't
but
sign
as a
Dan
left
James,
back,
I mean-
though, in a Bielsa system, he could have
Yeah.
played all on that side, like a bit like Alioski. Instead, we opted for Firpo, and he's just broken, isn't he? He's just not good.
I tell you what, we
Um,
need more of his shit houses. That's what I'm saying, man. We lost our best shit houses. We lost Berardi and we lost Alioski.
Yeah.
The only ones who really got left are Klitsch and maybe Bamford, but Bamford's out. Shit houses wins trophies.
See, look, this is the thing. Michael Brown says, JT, what are you going to say to your mate Kieran Rants?
Oh, man.
He's having
Is
a
he?
meltdown, saying Everton are going down, losing to a team that have only won 3 games all season.
Oh,
now 4.
poor chap.
Now 4. Lewis
Poor
did chat
chap,
it.
man. Feel for him.
Lewis did call it.
Lovely guy, but yeah.
Yeah, JT got up to say, mate.
Well, you may have been right about. Well, actually, no. I said Everton were going to beat Newcastle, and you were like, no chance. Newcastle were going to steamroll them, and they beat Everton.
Then what did I say?
Well, then you said they were going to lose some more games, and they.
No, I said specifically, if they beat Newcastle, they'll lose 4 or 5 on the bounce.
Well, they haven't lost 4 or 5 on the bounce. They've lost 1 or 2. So let's cock our gunpowder a little bit. Let's not just start spraying shots everywhere.
Palace counts. Palace in cup counts.
No, the Palace doesn't count. It was a fluke goal, man. You could legislate for.
Fluke goal.
Actually, funny.
Another fluke goal.
Vieira could be a good man for the Everton job.
I wish that we could react to Lampard post.
Yeah,
It's a bad day for Chelsea fans. Lampard getting clapped. They're getting slapped.
Yeah, there you go. But like I say, right, this is what I'll say. I'm just about to tweet this out as well. Just enjoy Frank's meltdown and worry about the league table. You know what I mean?
Oh, they're 1 point behind Everton now. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize. No. I didn't mean it like that. I thought that Everton had an extra game in hand over them. Like,
yeah, this is what I mean. So we're now 6 points clear of the drop. Everton 1 point clear. This is what I mean. We win. We beat Watford. It's sound. Everton have got scum. Everton have got scum. Burnley got Norwich. So we beat Watford. Now. We beat Watford. Burnley beat Norwich, and scum beat Everton. And the bottom 3 is Everton, Watford, Norwich. And we've been 9 points clear.
If we beat Watford.
Yeah.
It's good, right, man. Honestly. Don't worry about the league table for me because we're not going down.
I just want to work out
how are you guys so confident, man? All I've seen in my life, aside from Bielsa, is just misery and failure.
Because
I'm
realistically,
scared.
With the run-ins that are left, it just ain't gonna happen, man. Like, people look at league tables and think, right, 6. Do you know what it's like? It's like when we'd be like 9th in Championship and everyone's thinking we're only 6 points off playoffs. That 6 points takes a lot to shift. You're talking like 4, 5 teams' results having to go your way. It don't work it don't work like that. It's not as simple as just look. It's only 6 points. Everton are a point off the drop. They've got scum next. They've got Chelsea. They've got
Leicester as well.
They've got Arsenal.
Actually, the thing that I did like was good. Yeah, but the thing that's good is a lot of the teams that are around us in the table have to play each other still, which means someone has to drop points in them.
I'll make a big call right now. Everton drop into that bottom 3. They're not going to get out of it.
No.
I think their attitude and their mindset is already fucking rock bottom to the point where if they drop into that bottom 3, what are they going to do to drag themselves out of it? They've just lost. They've just conceded 3 goals to Burnley. The 2 goals they did score were penalties. They've scored 3 goals from open play against Burnley.
Average goal and another average goal. Poor defenders. The thing is, as well, like people's just said there, Everton got 2 penalties as well, so they didn't actually. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. That's what I just said. Like they've conceded 3 to Burnley from open play and scored 2 penalties. Wow, that's so bad. How'd you concede 3 to Burnley?
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
But how do we concede 3 to Everton? Of course, the only team that Everton actually take to the cleaners is us, isn't it?
Harmony knows we're spiritual beings, bro. We're calm, man. We're calm about this.
Man, I don't think I've been calm for the past 10 years.
Is there any?
It's a path, man. It's a path.
Surely we can all listen to this post match together somehow.
Yeah.
We could just play it loud.
It'd be on Twitter, wouldn't it?
You won't get copyrighted, Joe.
He says Leeds, Everton.
He says that with a smirk on his face, trying to kill the competition. I promise you won't get your channel taken down.
Yeah, struck. Game over, son.
No, I don't think you do with audio. I think you just visual because I think you play on like match background audio through your live streams, don't you, James? No.
Oh no, I did it twice by accident. Yeah, and then no one told me until the end, and yeah.
And then he got struck.
Well, I'm not even monetized, so I'm not on the radar.
People say we aren't safe, though. No, we know that mathematically, but, you know, my head tells me we are. Listen, truth be told, I told you, even before Bielsa was sacked, my head was Leeds will not go down.
No.
I said this,
I don't
Leeds
think
will
we'd
not
have
go
gone
down.
down with Bielsa either.
Exactly, and that's just where I'm at. There's people I know that said we would go down and have changed their minds since, and that's there, you know. That's for them. For me, I've always said we won't go down. I just believed that, and it's not changed. The only time it changed was after Villa,
Yeah.
where I thought, oh nah,
Same.
we're done.
Yeah,
like Luis was saying earlier, we're done. But a lot of that as well was still a little bit of Bielsa, like love.
it was the whole
kind of-
atmosphere.
That's
like,
what it was,
That
yeah.
feeling when I went home was just so many like bad emotions because the atmosphere completely turned, and it was just people were chanting Marcelo Bielsa on repeat. You got people shouting and bawling at them. You got like it was just toxic. The performance was awful. Nobody was asked, and you just go home thinking, are they bothered? Like, do you know what I mean? And then obviously a week later, you see the fight in that 94th minute to pull that back against, or to turn that, turn it around to get the win essentially against Norwich. You did see a bit of that fight, and then Wolves, you saw the fight again. So there is clearly the heart there, and the more that we do, the more togetherness and confidence we'll have. Hopefully we do recruit in the summer, but we'll have to wait and see.
Do you think if we just beat Norwich 1-0 and we don't have that whole craziness in the last 4 minutes, that we go on to beat Wolves and carry on like this? Because like you say, everything was so flat and down, and even that Norwich game, a lot of people weren't happy. Like they were complaining, like, how have we not put them to bed? This is a flat, dull performance. We're skating towards a 1-0. Should be putting these teams away.
Let's not kid ourselves.
It's
That
all
ain't gone
forgetting
away.
because of that.
That ain't gone away either, because we should have put Southampton to bed.
Oh, no, of course it hasn't gone away, but I mean...
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah,
it raised the spirits, like, because of the manner and the way it happened, all of a sudden, people forgot about the fact that I'm not behind Marsh or whatever, and they were just happy.
It sustained that belief.
Someone actually said I was Marsh out. Someone said in my comments, why are you Marsh out?
Oh, yeah, no. I was reading that, and they're like, oh, Lewis, you'll never convince them to Bielsa dick riders like Joe.
yeah, it's so true.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I turned it. Some guy said to me,
if anything, we were all.
Bielsa never was or never will be a good enough manager to be Premier League, and I was like, right. And he went, I'm unsubscribing, and I went, don't worry, football's not for you, bro. You know?
I want to see how right. Lampard presser bingo. What are we saying? Let's have some bingo.
Where was a fluke goal? You know,
they were losing before.
It was raining. It was raining. It was raining.
Scheduling.
Turf Moor. I mean, have you been there? It's a vicious crowd. Once those 9,000 get going.
John Dyche can shout louder than me.
Yeah. So, can you do it on a cold, wet Tuesday night?
He's our good friend. If it indeed is him, Connor in the house. If you are there, welcome, brother. He says pressure on that Watford win now. Always pressure, isn't there, pal?
More pressure.
I'm a little bit nervous about it. I said that. I did say that. I think or thought it would be more difficult than the Southampton game, but it is what it is. I think, you know, if we lose that game, it'll be meltdown city and it'll be tough. But I still don't think like that will mean that we're suddenly, you know, going to go down kind of thing. I think we're fine. I do. You know, I know you did your table before. You predicted Burnley might go down. Maybe that's
you did it with me, and I predicted us to finish 7th. So let's talk about that.
Oh yeah, I predicted us to finish 6th. I went even further with it. It was 5th.
I predicted us to finish 7th with a full squad. May I just add?
7th. Wow.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I said we were going to be in the top 4, and then it would come down to the last few games. So yeah, that's a sticky one.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'd love to say I predicted we'd have this kind of season, but I didn't. You know, I thought we'd be top half for sure. I probably said at some point we'd win the league, me, to be honest. But there you go.
There were moments we've had this season, though. I'd bite your under for like that. 2 goals against Scum in a minute, Wolves away last minute, Norwich.
Do you know what, as well, Lewis? I know you were at the game. I spoke to a few people, obviously. It was the first time I was back at Elland Road for weeks after COVID and all that sort of stuff. And Someone said even the Norwich just wasn't quite the same as the Man United one, and it made me feel a little bit better that I missed Norwich. What are your thoughts on that, or do you agree?
Wasn't the same as
Disagree?
the. What do you mean?
The 2
In
goals
terms of
against
the
Man
feeling.
United.
It wasn't
Mate,
as crazy. Oh, for those
Nothing
two
is going to top a feeling of scoring 2 goals in 58 seconds against your biggest rival.
Oh,
End of
it was
day,
beautiful.
like, come on.
I'm
It
just making myself feel better because I missed Norwich.
But also the
Oh,
reason
no,
why
Joe,
as
it
well
was
is because
good. It was good.
whenever
It
we've
was
gone
good.
down against Man U, like instantly when we go 2-0
fight
down,
back.
we're thinking, oh crap,
Yeah.
this is going to become another 5 or 6 humiliation, and then just bang, bang. Like you say, after you score, everyone's like, the next attack you get, everyone's off their feet, like, oh my God. Usually nothing happens. It gets hoofed into Rose Ed. And then for it to actually happen.
Mental.
Well,
You
my
believe-
Guys,
Guys,
do you think
isn't
do you think
working.
Lampard gets sacked? I think he might get sacked.
He won't get sacked.
On what basis does he keep his job? They can't find anyone else.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah,
it.
They're not
like-
changing.
I'm not saying that like I said, I'm not saying he's necessarily the man to keep him up, but I don't think you can. I think the only chance you got is to go gung-ho with the man you got. If you
I
change
think
it,
him
then that
getting
shows no
sacked
confidence.
would actually be worse than him taking them down. Because that basically says that he's brought those players in, his plan ain't worked, he ain't improved anyone, his attitude stinks.
But they're a mess
we've
from
had
the
to
top
sack
to
him
the
after
bottom,
12
aren't they?
games.
They're a mess from top to bottom, Burnley. I mean, Burnley, Everton, the amount of money they spend and the poor manner in which they do. Spending £50 million on alleged paedophiles, you're spending £45 million on washed up players. And
Like, talk about Everton.
yeah, they
Like,
just
well,
absolutely.
you said mess from top to bottom Burnley. I got well.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I changed it to Everton. They're complete mess. And you know, actually, if they get relegated, they are done.
Yeah,
Done
mad.
Because have you seen how much debt they're in?
And they've got the
Without
points
that Premier
deduction
League.
looming.
Yeah.
They've got
Yeah.
they've got that thing with FA, haven't they? Although the Championship won it, so would it get dealt with? No.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But if they don't have the Premier League money coming in and they're already in such debt, and then they have to, I mean, you saw what happened with Leeds when we spent money.
Isn't their man Russian as well? Like, is it Mashi? No,
It's
it can't be
well,
Mashi.
they've got Usmanov in there.
He's had his funds. He's had his funds frozen though, a bit like Roman, I think. Maybe.
Has it?
Has he?
I think.
I don't
so.
think he's.
Shiri.
I should. Well,
me
they've
check.
got weird. They've got like double. They've got some other guy. I forget who he is, and then they've got Usmanov in the background trying to like splash cash as well. The guy who's at Arsenal. Yeah. And he left and went.
Oh
there.
no! So apparently, Everton owner Farhad Mashiri cuts ties with Usmanov over after
does he?
EU sanctions. So obviously, Usmanov must have had the sanction because, like Abramovich, so that's going to cause issues as well, right? So they are in a bit of a mad one.
Sam
Yeah, I love this as well. Like, I don't know who was supposed to get the Everton job, but they were like fuming that I think they were. I forget his name, man, and they were saying so and so out, Lampard in even before. And I think, do you know what's been the most pleasant thing about this is that we were. Hate to say it, right, but everyone likes from time to time to be right. So it's nice as a fan base to say we told you so. We told you so. We told you that Frank was gash. We told you all this, and no one listened. You know,
but
so
mate, why should it take someone to tell you that? His track record speaks for itself. His entire managerial career.
But it's the English bias. It's the same way people are giving
Well,
a lot more credit
this
to
Everton
him
fan-
and Gerrard and not Vieira.
This Everton fan has been messaging me on Twitter and stuff because of the one where I put that bet on Joe and I won that Accra and I basically told him in morning you're going to lose to I don't even know it Wolves today and we're going to beat Norwich and what have you. He was the one who said it, so he's been messaging me since after every result we've had. He's just done me that.
Lampard out now. They should have signed. They should have got Rooney. That's who they should have got because he would have. For Everton to get relegated on his watch, that would be a travesty for him as an Everton boy.
Yeah,
and
he's probably smart staying away from it though. He's smart staying away from it.
He is.
So this is on now, right? So this is the sack race. A thing on Twitter tweeted out Frank Lampard's record. Played 9 in the Premier League. That is, played 9, won 2, drawn none, lost 7, goal difference -9. He is now the favourite to be the next Premier League manager to leave. So
who would they get in though? And I'm sure they'll be having this exact same discussion on Sky over the next coming days, what have you. But Who do they get in? Because there's not many known managers like available. There's like Frank de Boer, there's Ollie, there's people like that, and it's just like with 9 games to go, you've got to keep such a big club like Everton in the biggest league in England with a championship back
Sam,
four.
It's got Big Sam written all over it. Big Sam.
Yeah, but the thing is they tried a defensive coach before with Rafak Benitez. Didn't work out for them.
But I'd
You
argue
surely
they wouldn't be in the
switch it up.
position they are now. I'd argue they wouldn't be in the position they are now.
What, with Rafa?
With Rafa. I know
Was it not a
wasn't
matter of
great.
time, like I said, with the wastefulness that they've used with their money and the whole mess? Was it not
but
a
this
matter
is
of
the
time
problem
for
as well, right?
situation
You
happened?
back Rafa, you back Rafa in January and say, okay, sell Luca Dean to Villa. Okay, get rid of all the staff. Okay, bring in this player and that player. And then you sack him within weeks. Like, you've backed him by getting rid of probably one of your best players in Luca Dean, selling him to a rival who was in a similar sort of position to you in Villa. Like, it's crazy. And then to sack him is just a madness.
Oh, just look at that, though. Look
pure
at that.
mismanagement, isn't it?
What, are you looking at their fixtures, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Scum away.
Very done it.
I mean, Scum at home, Leicester at home, Liverpool away, Chelsea at home, Leicester away, Watford away, Brentford at home, Palace at home, Arsenal away. You're looking and you're thinking Leicester maybe, Watford, crucial, Palace, maybe, Brentford maybe. But Arsenal, Chelsea, Scum, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Chelsea, they'll probably beat, mate. Probably get Mason Mount scoring an own goal to protect his father figure.
Yeah.
His face, man, he looks like he's about to cry.
Oh, I can't see it. I'm listening to some other fraud on the gantry.
Him and Daichi next to each other. Daichi's clapping and Lampard looks like he's about to cry. Sorry.
I thought you meant they had them in the interview room together.
No.
Would I be surprised if he refused it?
No,
you definitely wouldn't.
Refuse it.
Definitely wouldn't.
No, he wants to get his voice out there.
Well, I knew it was going to be an hard job when I came here.
Yeah.
They were shit before I came in.
They were already losing.
I think I might have to leave before.
He looks like he's about to cry.
Yeah.
Oh,
he does, doesn't he, in that picture where
he's doing that with his mouth. It's like he's trying to make himself angry.
It's all right because he broke his hand when they beat Newcastle, so that shows he's got it all under control.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I hated that put. Like, he came out and he was like laughing with everyone. He's like, broke my hand. Yeah, just I don't care for 3 points. He's like, and then soon as it goes pear shaped again, it's like, well, they lost 4 in the bounce before I came in. And I was like, where's the consistency and passion? Where's the have that passion in the changing room when you're 2-0 down at half time and be like, look, lads, like, where's that? I don't get it. I don't understand. Do you know what? Regardless of the playoff thing, regardless of the whole Leeds beef, whatever, if he'd have gone up, done a respectful job at Chelsea, been respectful about people, improved players, had actual things to be proud of and accolades, then I would have been like, do you know what? That aside, he's got a good attitude. He's a good up-and-coming English manager. Fine, put that behind us, whatever. Like, actually, but he's just an arsehole and he's clueless, and it just annoys me. And I hate to see anyone be given stuff that they don't deserve. And like when he got that Chelsea job, and then he walks into Everton and just treats it like, oh well, it was already a car crash before I come in here, so I'm responsible for not really. It's just awful. And as an Everton fan,
but he's also. I listened to something the other day, and the media still go along with that. It's not Frank's fault. Well, it is a little bit.
Yeah, but look, that's annoying is when someone's the media darling. And even when we were in the Championship, Derby was somehow getting more credit than Leeds, despite being about 20 points behind them. But it's, I don't know, to play devil's advocate, who was he really? Was he that much of a dick when he was in the Chelsea role? I mean, you think he could have a good legacy in bringing some of these youngsters through? Like his legacy
mouthing off at Klopp, I know we have his own feelings about Klopp now, but like mouthing off at Klopp and stuff like that. And
you've won one league title and you think you're it. Yeah,
you're giving it the bigger.
Even the players are like that. Way, what a way. That's what he's like.
Who do you think you are to say that? Like, just respect. Exactly. Honestly, to get him further in a managerial career, you've got to have the respect. You've got to understand your own position. And to even be Chelsea manager was way above his pay grade at that point. Just come from Derby in the champ. He's not worked his way up. He's not won a trophy. And to stand there beside a man who's taken Liverpool finishing like 6th or wherever they were, to winning Champions Leagues, winning the league, to stand there and be like, oh, you've won 1 league title, and you think you're fucking like, you can't.
Because I think what he has a problem with is he's still thinking of Frank Lampard, the player, and he's like,
well, don't manage them. Well,
but that's what a problem a lot of top players have. Like even Ruud Gullit, when people were talking about his spell at Newcastle, you'd expect players to be able to do things you could do as a player. Like even Thierry Henry had it. He was quite unsuccessful because he was expecting so much of players, which is why you could probably say, why would you bring someone like that into a side that's already struggling? And then he's going to be expecting Dele Alli and other players to be pulling out world-class performances. Yeah. That's a problem that he's probably facing.
But he just doesn't help himself either, though. Like, look...
You're going to think I'm the biggest Frank Lampard dick rider around. I'm just trying
managerial career-wise, you could argue he's been unlucky in cup finals. He's got to cup finals, he's lost in playoff finals and whatever. You could argue that. But his attitude and the way he goes about things, he doesn't help himself in terms of the backlash he gets. Every single Everton press conference I'm watching week in, week out and post-match, he's throwing his players under the bus. He's using any excuse he can. Earlier tonight, the pre-match interview, they asked him saying, "Oh, Everton fans are calling this one of your biggest games in the Premier League era. Do you agree? Like, what's your thoughts?" And he straight up goes, "Well, I think we've got 9 games after this." I was like, "What do you mean? Like, you can't. You don't help yourself. You don't just turn around and say yes. The mindset is this is one of our biggest games. We're going to give it. Why can't you just say that?" Like, he doesn't help. And then
it's got to be a bit. It's got to be a bit at this point. He's playing into it.
He has to go on.
He's got to be self-aware about what he's doing here.
Like, he's not helping.
Well, Deitch is just speaking now, right? Deitch is just speaking now. So maybe Frank will be up in a second.
I feel sorry for Frank. I hope everything works out.
Chef for his age is Daishi, to be fair.
Yeah, I like Daishi.
He's not changed in about 9 years.
Oh, yeah, actually hasn't. He hasn't aged.
He's got the same shirt and tie every week.
That's actually true. Wow, same trim. I don't think he has much of an option in that department. No, actually, no, he's got a good head of hair.
Same goatee. Same white shirt.
I see a bit of myself in Daesh.
Oh, yeah. In the ball. He's not got...
let's calm it down. It's a PG channel.
He's not got as rounded head as him. And you're not as gravelly voiced. You're not got your head isn't as round.
No, true.
It isn't as round. He's got quite a nice oval shaped head, you know.
He's got a round head.
He's got a bit of chub around the neck, which is kind of dragging it down a bit.
You know, here's what it is.
I mean, I would, you know, get a few vodka martinis.
Hold on, I want to hear if it
actually
sounds how I think it sounds. Yeah.
Huh? Sounds like literal gravel.
Yes. Has he mentioned Frank? No? Have he asked him anything?
I don't know. I haven't actually been listening. Just been.
I wanted to.
Awestruck by his beautiful eyes. Look at those hazel eyes,
hold on.
man.
Can you both hear that?
No.
Oh, cool.
No. We can't hear nothing, bro. I'm also trying to work out how I can hear it.
How you can hear?
I'm so tired as well. I need to sleep, but I also want to see what Frankie's got to say.
Why are you late today? I wanted to see what Lampard said.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Right, he's gone now. Right, let me just switch over. I'm gonna not be able to hear.
My sleep schedule's been in the mud.
You talk.
5 a.m. editing something yesterday.
Right, well, I'll mute this and turn my TV up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear anything else.
I can't hear you though, because I'm listening to this. So how do I do that? I need you to come through my laptop. Sorry, I'm talking out loud here.
What, you can't hear us, but you can hear your TV? Is that what you're saying? Because it's too loud. Tweak the levels a little bit. I'm pretty sure you can turn sound up on this, can't you? Bit of jiggery pokery. Bit of the old magic.
There you go. I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yep. No, I can't. Wait, what'd you say?
I can hear you now. That's cool. You're coming out of my laptop. That's all right. What was that?
Ziyech almost scored. Yeah, he ripped it over the bar. That's what it was.
Oh, right,
Gave me a shock.
You a Chelsea fan, you?
No, but it was almost ripping goal. Why would you ask?
I just
Why would
said,
you ask?
we're slowly discovering on the. I know, right? He was like,
No, I'm just look. It's not going to make for a good conversation if everyone's just ripping on Lampard. I've got to.
Lampard's done
What?
it.
So you've got to just praise his club.
No, I wasn't praising. Well, Chelsea. Oh no, don't get me wrong. I don't like Chelsea. I mean, to be fair,
He's like
I
that.
do have
Eh?
a couple of good
Lewis
friends
is
who are
like
Chelsea.
I asked my mother, "What should I be? Should I be Chelsea? Should I be Leeds? Yes, please. Either. I'll be them both."
Yeah. Real funny, mate. I've been battling these dweebs my entire life from down that neck of the woods. So I don't want to hear it.
Should I be Leeds? And then I said yes.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm a Londoner as well. Yeah, I'm just fake. Like, yeah.
I'm a Londoner.
Yeah, enough, you cockney bastard.
Yeah, I'm only joking.
Cockney. No, you're not. It's actually true. Yeah. Why do you think this room's blue behind me?
Yeah, it's got half and half scarves.
Oh, don't even get me started on those half and half scarves.
Do you know what? I seen that picture doing the rounds on Twitter of Liverpool fans with the Benfica caps. Have you seen that?
No.
Basically, there's a picture.
That's a European tie. That's a bit different, I guess, maybe. But...
Yeah, but they all had Benfica caps on, and people were like saying, "Why have they got Benfica caps on?"
Probably trying to not get beaten up.
Nah, they were in the Liverpool end and they were mocking them. But it turns out, I didn't know this, that Liverpool fans actually, it's a done thing with their away following. They buy caps of whoever they've gone to. So Liverpool fans, like, when they're in away, they can look round the ground and see all the different fans with different caps on from away, which I thought was quite cool. I thought that's quite a good idea, but they were getting hammered for it on Twitter. But I suppose everyone gets hammered for stuff on Twitter, don't they, really, to be honest?
Yeah.
Just to let you know as well, Big Sam and Benitez are both trending on Twitter, which you love to see.
Well, why Benitez? We're going to bring him back in?
People will be saying it wasn't his fault, it's the players.
It's not Lampard's fault, it's Benitez's fault. I mean, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so no, like now it's saying...
no, like, I worked for 1 minute. Oh, well, it seems like I have been doing, but it's not all Lampard's fault. He's just not good enough to get...
No, but he does deserve some credit. The same way if Leeds started shitting the bed now, you wouldn't be giving Jesse Marsh a free run.
No, of course, but like he's just not... He's not good enough and not experienced enough to get anything out of these players. But these players do not give a shit. They've had 2 penalties tonight, and that's the only reason that they were back in the game, because they got clipped, and they were soft anyway. They've not scored from open play. They didn't show any promise. Like, they don't give a shit. And they aren't giving a shit most games. The stuff I'm hearing from Everton fans, they've got Championship back 4. Keane.
No, he's been sent off, you know. They had their best squad out today.
Other than tonight, did they not have 3 red cards in a row? Like 3 games running?
They had Allen, then they had...
Frank's on, guys.
Well, he's on for you. I'll wait a minute. I'm going to mute my thing, because I'm going to turn my TV up.
You're going to mute what and the what?
I'm going to mute my mic so I can turn the TV up so Joe don't get potentially copyrighted.
Right. Yeah, gotcha. I was watching Kevin Campbell, man. Come on, hurry up.
Don't spoil it, Joe. Like a film.
He looks like a lost puppy.
He's in pure disbelief.
Got to agree with you there.
Silence is golden. Sorry for the silence, peeps.
Yeah.
All right, he's on now for me.
Raises a fair point. Yeah. Still are above Burnley in the table. It's a good point. Yeah, got to keep looking forward. Yeah. Should put it away. Yeah. Downward spiral. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's not what you say. Oh, he stumbled that one. He's really cocked that one up.
He's doing all right, actually.
No. He's
Don't say our name, Frank. Get your
Caught up.
name out of my mind. Get your name. Get your club's name.
Get my club's name out your goddamn mouth. Oh, here we go. Teams around you. Ooh, more pressure.
Man needs to get my football club's name out of his mouth. He's done it. He's done it. He gave us a little one there. Right there.
That's a good point. Well spoken. Articulate.
Talked before I got to the club. Now I'm at the club.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. Well, game fight.
Brutal watching it. Everyone's just watching us be quiet out there.
I didn't want to speak. I didn't know if I was interrupting your sound. Pressure does feel the same, yeah. Relative expectation. Wouldn't go that far. Yeah. Yeah, we know you're a driven guy. I can see it in your eyes. Yeah. Well,
Oh, he's not letting
considering
up the reporter, is he? He's like, keep going.
Hey. Dig. I've never seen Lewis so happy.
There we go.
I've seen such a big grin. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you play. It's a good point. If anyone does want to know, he's very well spoken.
Frankin. Maybe Frankin.
Pure gold. Yeah, absolutely. Change my mind.
Point now. Burnley are getting out of it, aren't they? Do we reckon?
I just don't like that we're so close to it there. Look, because realistically, if Everton win they're 2 games in hand. They're
2 minutes left. No, that's not where that goes. That's where it goes. Can you hear me? No?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No,
I can hear you.
1 second. Sorry for this unprofessionalism, people that are watching.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was, he stumbled a couple of times there, but otherwise.
He did all right.
All right. It was all right. It was
Yeah.
not a lot of memeable content, which is quite unfortunate.
There wasn't.
Aside from the spiraling comment, which was a bit...
It was well spoken, other than saying that he's in the same position as Leeds and Newcastle and whoever else he mentioned.
Yeah.
Not remotely, but okay. You've got the toughest run.
He
and
mentioned
you're a
Norwich.
point above the drop.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he said something like, we spoke about it before I came into the club. Now I'm at the club. I'm like,
Yeah.
You're at the club and you've won 2 games out of what, 12? Well done. Like, too late to be saying shit like that. But other than that, I think he's just bored of beating himself, to be fair. There's not else he can really say at this point. He's just got to pray, really.
Hope and pray.
Down on those knees. Yeah.
I think 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock's a good place to end this, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
10 o'clock is a nice place to end this. I'm very tired. It was great to chat to you both again. It was a great show. Thank you.
Just going to end it by saying this.
Yeah.
We're beating Watford.
Yeah.
Burnley are beating Norwich.
Nice.
And Everton are losing to Scum. The bottom 3 by the end of the week will be Everton, Watford, Norwich, and we'll be.
Well, we better beat Watford.
Clear. No, 8 points clear.
I don't know. What did you see? Burnley will beat Norwich.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have something up their sleeves, man. I don't know.
Win Saturday and all is rosy
magic.
in the White Rose Garden. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And just
and
like
if not,
Josh
we'll be
agrees as well.
cycling our ways to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing this every time. We're doing this every time.
Yes. Right. So I want you to go and follow Lewis. Oh, Lewis don't need any more follows on us.
Yeah, he's already big time, man. I mean,
He needs to be
disturbance on him at this point,
Get
man.
JT to a K.
Yeah, let's get JT to a K,
Oh,
and then I
he's
can put
kind.
them both
Yeah,
in the
thank you.
title.
And then I won't ever ask for subs again. Check Joe's next literal
about-
next video.
I'm
Can you
about to
subscribe and like the video?
I'm about to
What
hit
was
100
that?
million
Was I Scottish?
impressions, so I want to hit that. Get me to 100 million impressions, people. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, get me to 100 million
did
subs.
actually-
I'll be taking on my boy
Have you checked
PewDiePie.
your
boxing match.
analytics now, Joe? Have you had
That's
to
what I
delve
asked.
into them?
No, I actually got I got a notification 3 days ago that I hit 2
Oh.
million views, which is
Oh,
impressive.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that was really, really good. So thank you for everyone that's watched me. 2 million views. Wow. 2 million people have watched me. That's quite impressive.
Times that by 5, and you'll have 10. Times that by 2, and you'll have 20.
Is that what you've got?
Yeah, these numbers mean
you've
nothing
got-
to Lewis. This is what you
Yeah.
got to
No, I've
understand,
got-
Joe.
Yeah.
2
I've got-
million.
I've got 10.
Did that
I've
last
got
month,
10.
mate.
I've got
Anyway, let's
I've
leave
got
it there.
10.
Make sure
I've got-
you.
I've got 10 mil, did you know? I've
There
got
you
10
go.
mil.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you follow Lewis over on the LUFC Lewis YouTube channel. Make sure you follow James over on JT Live.
What are you on now, James?
I don't know. Actually, I was on 793 last I checked.
200 off.
Yeah,
Come on,
200
trying,
off
Tom.
the big
I'm
one.
trying.
794. Oh,
I'm
would
trying.
you believe it?
He just wants to
Oh.
monetize his content right now, everyone.
I'm trying, Tom, but they won't stop talking.
Right, Bye.
Right,
Bye.
I'm going. We're going. I'll see you back tomorrow for a Prem preview anyway, and I'll also have my Leeds versus Watford preview either Thursday or Friday, depending on how my day
Doing
evolves.
Joe's millionaire wave.
Yeah.